Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel, and on this channel I give you guys social media marketing tips as well as entrepreneurial tips that can help you be successful. Now in today's video we are actually going to be discussing the dreaded imposter syndrome. You know that feeling that you get when something good happens for you but you kind of feel like you don't deserve it because of your own silly little reasons? Yeah, today we are going to talk about that. So if you guys are interested in learning how you can be more confident as well as get your head in the game and kick the dreaded imposter syndrome, then keep on watching. Now the first thing we should definitely do is define what even is imposter syndrome. I do have a little definition here handy on my phone, and the dictionary defines imposter syndrome as anxiety or self-doubt that results from persistently undervaluing one's competence and active role in achieving success while falsely attributing one's accomplishments to luck or other external forces. Now to give you guys an abridged version on that definition, imposter syndrome basically means that when something good happens for you, for some reason in your mind you have it that you don't deserve it. It happened by an accident, or maybe it was a fluke or pure luck. Like you just don't feel like whatever accomplishment that was given to you was earned. Imposter syndrome is something that you probably have struggled with and didn't even know you were battling it. And it's something that I have felt multiple times, both in work, in academics, and even now as an entrepreneur. It's really important that we discuss this now because I do expect a lot of you to go on to be successful, and you have to be confident in owning, well, your shit. Now the first way you can get over imposter syndrome is by finding out what it is that's actually causing you to feel this way. I feel like the best way to get over issues is by identifying the root of the problem. And a few examples of when imposter syndrome will strike would be, let's say if maybe you earned an award in school and maybe you feel you didn't really deserve it. Maybe you got a job promotion and you felt like you got it only because you knew somebody. It's not really based on your skills. When you can identify exactly where all this uncertainty and this anxiety is coming from, the next step that you can do is to get help. Now, a few ways that I've actually been able to kick imposter syndrome is by one, confiding in somebody that I know will be able to listen and give me a really good reset on why I am the shit. Now, let's say if you don't really have somebody that you can, refer to that can listen to you, or someone you feel comfortable confiding in, you still have hope because there are so many different resources that you can use. For one, podcasts are amazing for self-development as well as self-improvement. And then there are a lot of audiobooks that you can listen to as well to get your mind on the right track as to being positive. These tools are also going to help you remember that you are well deserving and you are capable of achieving great things. Another way that you can kick the habit of imposter syndrome would be to remind yourself of all of your achievements. You can do the same thing by just looking at all of your achievements, and a couple examples would be if you know that you excel in school and you have a lot of medals and a lot of certifications and different things like that, make sure that you are hanging those things up on your wall. The same thing goes for if you are a beast when it comes to athletics. If you have lots of medals, if you have lots of trophies, make sure that you are laying all of those accomplishments out and just really reflect on, wow, I really am amazing. It's so important to remember that all of these accomplishments, these medals, these trophies, all these different things, even degrees, you would not be able to have earned that if you didn't work hard. So always keep that in mind, especially when you feel imposter syndrome starting to settle in. And don't worry, I thought ahead for those of you who may say like, I don't have any degrees, I don't have any certifications, I don't have any medals or any trophies. How exactly can I deal with imposter syndrome if I don't have anything to reflect on? Well, I'm happy to let you know that you can do the same thing, and you can do it by creating a brag bank. Now, if you're sitting there wondering what the heck is a brag bank, I want you to think of it as an exercise where you sit down, you free your mind, and you think back on all of your accomplishments. Now, as you're sitting there just reflecting on all of the different accomplishments, all of your achievements, you're also going to continue to write down little paragraphs on all the different things that you were able to do. One thing I've come to realize is that it doesn't really matter who you are or what level of greatness that you have achieved. We all need a mental reminder of who we are and the things that we have done. So on those days where you feel imposter syndrome starting to creep in, you're feeling like you're not enough, you're feeling unsure of yourself, just refer back to your brag bank and look at everything that you were able to achieve. I guarantee it's going to flip the script on how you're thinking and get you back on track. Another way that you can get over imposter syndrome is by providing value to other people. If you guys aren't aware, I'm actually a business coach, and one of my areas of expertise is helping other people with personal branding as well as marketing for their businesses. is. Now, I would be lying if I sat here and said I always felt confident in helping other people, because I often felt like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of on the same journey, so who am I to be giving advice? Well, the best way that I was able to get over this is by focusing all of that negative energy on basically turning into a positive by helping someone else. You're not only going to be able to help somebody else get over their own fears as well as taking more information, but the more value that you provide to a lot of other people is actually going to make you realize, like, holy crap, I actually know a lot more than I thought I did. It's also going to be helpful for you because at that point you can level with other people and realize, like, wow, a lot of other people go through exactly the same things. My next tip for you guys would be to stop comparing yourself to others. I know that it can be so difficult, especially when we live in a time of social media, and it is so easy to just, jump on Instagram and just peek and see what other people are doing. Now, this tip I really have to stress and enforce it into you guys, but you will not get over imposter syndrome if you are focusing on someone else's journey. It's so important to remember that all of us have our own designated paths in life, and if you're putting too much energy on looking over somebody else's and thinking, why aren't you at that level, you're not going to be able to excel on your journey. Now, I know some of you are probably sitting there thinking like, yeah, Chanel, it's a lot easier said than done. And listen, I totally get it. I have been there, trust me. If you find that you really do struggle with, not checking up on other people, do what you have to do by either muting that person's post or story so you can't see any of your content, or if worse comes to worse, just hit that unfollow button. I like to think of things as out of sight, out of mind, and if you find that you are no longer consuming content that makes you feel bad about yourself and where you are in your journey, you'll be able to focus more of your time on trying to elevate yourself and excel when it comes to doing things you need to do for yourself as well as your business. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, it's safe to say that imposter syndrome is something that will probably never go away. It's kind of like those feelings of fear, anxiety, doubt, belief. You know that you can get over those things by tricking your mind into thinking differently, and it's the same thing that goes for imposter syndrome. There's always going to be times when we hit the dip, and the best way to get through it is by expressing how you're feeling to other people, as well as taking the necessary steps to get your mind back on track so that you can reflect on your greatness. Now, if you guys want to consume more information on how to be successful and how to have a positive mindset and all of that, be sure to watch these videos over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.